Get it? Periodical. Hey mob, it's Sarah and this is the Periodical. With the Periodical, I want to look at the blood and guts of the news, so like sex, relationships and things to do with bodies. So let's get going. Number 1. This week in South Australia, the House of Assembly defeated the sex work decriminalisation bill. So what does that involve? Current laws in South Australia are if you are charged with soliciting sex work, it's a $750 fine. There's no jail term attached to it, but it's $750 fine. But if you are found to be living off the earnings of sex work in South Australia currently, it's a $2,500 fine, as well as the possibility of 6 months jail time. Clients are facing a $1,250 fine or 3 months jail time. This bill was introduced by Vicky Chapman with the aim of creating a safer working environment for sex workers. So currently, if something goes wrong for a sex worker in South Australia, it doesn't get reported. A lot of the abuse and possible pimping out doesn't get reported because there's a fear and shame that they will get fined or jail time. The aim of this new law was to give some rights and protections to sex workers and give them the ability to feel safe around clients and also develop a working relationship with the police so that if something does go wrong, they have something to fall back onto. Currently, right now, sex workers don't have a lot of legs to stand on. If they want to ask a client to wear protection for fear of STIs or pregnancy, they don't have a lot of ground to stand on because they can't go to the police and say, my client won't put a condom on. This bill aimed to protect sex workers and give them a little bit more leeway with the police. Instead of fear of prosecution and hiding a lot of the things under the rug, they feel like they can cooperate with police and have a bit more backing up and better working conditions. Earlier this year, the bill had passed Legislative Council. However, when it came to the House of Assembly this week, it was defeated 24-19. So it was a close one, but not enough. Number 2. So this is a little bit of a fun one. This has actually been happening for a long time. So on the website Reddit, people actually have been posting pictures of their STIs for crowdsourcing diagnosis. This page, called r/STD, has been operating for 10 years and has over 10,000 followers on it. And this new study that was published this week found that 31% of these users are posting pictures hoping for a diagnosis, and 58% of the people that are using it are also crowdsourcing information. Now, this is not a huge surprise considering previous studies that find that a lot of younger people are using the internet for their sexual health information. Just as recently as last year, a survey of Australian secondary school students found that 78% of them are going to the internet to find their sexual health information, and this may be because that they feel uncomfortable or they don't know where the best places are to source their information. And peer education to these individuals is a lot easier to ask for than asking, say, an expert or a doctor. Is quite intimidating. There also, for some populations, there might be the fear of facing a barrier, so a cultural barrier, or homophobia or biphobia. Crowdsourcing a diagnosis is highly likely to result in a misdiagnosis, which could be quite detrimental to someone's health. It is super important that you go and see your GP if you feel like you have an STI. Every state and territory in Australia has a family planning clinic that actually does free STI testing. I'll also leave a link to the Reddit article down below if you want to, go and post your junk because you're worried about it. Go and see a doctor as well. You do you, boo. The last one is a little bit of fun. So Schoolies Week this week. So there are going to be a lot of teens excited, pumped. They're celebrating because they finished their last year of school, which is so exciting. And there's going to be a whole lot of migration to the Gold Coast. The ABC ran an article this week which I found really fun. It was interviewing the lady that actually had a hand in creating Schoolies Week. The headline of the article really caught my eye because one of the reasons why Schoolies was created was because there were a lot of complaints in the Gold Coast from people in high rises that there were so many school leavers having sex in the sand dunes. The ABC interviewed former police officer Senior Sergeant Margaret Gromit, who alongside Queensland Health and the Gold Coast City Council did a whole heap of fundraising to set this week up about 25 years ago. So they wanted to create a safe place for Year 12s to celebrate the end of their school life, because that's quite fun, as well as making sure that they were supervised, and then they were also contained as well, so that the police could find them and make sure that they were safe. Well, I think that's all the bloody news for this week. As for this video, like it if you like it, subscribe it if you vibe it, and until next time, mob.